It has not yet been a year since my journey began, and I am still unpredictably emotional. So when asked to share my story today, the first thing I said was, "Girl, bye." Of course, after praying about it, I realized that by sharing my experience, I may be able to encourage someone to be aware, informed, and fearless, just as I was encouraged by those who stood and shared their experiences last year. During this program last year, I sat in the audience feeling really anxious. I had already had what I thought was a routine mammogram, followed by a more extensive mammogram and ultrasound. And now I was awaiting the results of a biopsy. Within days, I walked into the Breast Health Center at California Pacific Medical Center and was informed that my biopsy and scans were positive for breast cancer. Months prior to all of this happening, I felt what I thought was a little something during a self-breast exam. I sent my doctor an email of my concerns but didn't follow up because I felt things in the past and figured like then it was nothing, but I was wrong. Needless to say, there are a lot of obstacles that are inherent with this disease. Some things you can prepare for and be informed of in advance, other things you can't. But I want to encourage you this afternoon that should you have to go through anything like this, if you know that your strength comes from God, you will be able to make it through. But you must acknowledge Him and acknowledge that you are nothing and can do nothing without Him. Your strength comes from God in two ways. First is simultaneously through His Word and prayer. Second will be by those that God places in your life to surround you during this difficult time. Understanding that strength comes from God through His Word and through prayer is so necessary to navigate through this hard time. One reason in particular is because when we rely on ourselves for strength, we get depleted real fast, but not God. His grace is always sufficient. The Sunday prior to my lumpectomy, I was blessed to sit in the audience and hear a sermon on God's grace delivered by Brother Tim Anderson entitled, "I Believe, Thank You." Those 4 words affirmed for me why my faith is so important to my entire being and would be especially essential going forward. God, I believe you can and will deliver me. Thank you. Also, it's important to recognize the strength that comes from God by those that He puts in your life during this difficult time. Sometimes we get in difficult situations and feel the need to reach out for help, and may at times be disappointed and hurt when the hand we're reaching for or expecting to be there isn't. But the strength, blessings, and helping hand may come in those we least expect, in those that God chooses for you. His church is a beautiful network of people where we're blessed to be enriched by each other's experiences. Although there are many, I need to acknowledge 2. Of course, my children, they're not 2, but they're 3. Ryan and Bunny and TJ, as I like to call them, Peaches. I am so thankful to Sister Annie Latier, who I was able to turn to the moment I left CPMC that day with my diagnosis. Annie willingly shared her experiences with me and encouraged me to always have a positive outlook. I am also tremendously thankful to Sister Jada Roseman, whose accounts from last year helped me talk to my family. Jada also shared with me a burn cream with me after I finished with my radiation treatments that I really don't know what I would have done without. This journey is not without its struggles, but no matter the diagnosis or prognosis, if you look to God to be your strength, without question, He will bless you. It is my prayer that more people of faith will begin to share their experiences so that others may be informed on how to fearlessly approach this disease until we find a more detailed cure. I'd like to close by sharing a promise that I made. That promise was that if one day asked, I would share how, because of God's grace and my faith in Him, I have been blessed to know an indescribable peace, and even now, I know it's not me, but God in me. All that I am is because He is, and like never before, my soul knows it well. This truth is all that I've ever known, and I thank God for it. God, I believe you can. God, I believe you will. God, I thank you. Amen.